In this beginner's guide to Bannerlord, I'll show you how to start from scratch and build up an army of 250 troops and own a fief, all while keeping the video under 10 minutes. If you prefer a slower approach with more details and tips, check the link in the description for the full-length video. Let's get started. To start, we're picking a sandbox mode. Pick an empire culture, and for the character build, the first pick we're going urban merchant, second pick your way with people, third pick with your tutor, fourth pick stood guard with the garrison, fifth pick you treated people well, and finally we're taking a 40-year-old start to get some extra bonuses. And optional, if you want to go Bannerlord difficulty, that's what this guide is based on, but you can always take something simpler if you prefer. Now, you wouldn't send your grandma to the countryside alone, would you? And I wouldn't let mine onto the internet without backup, which is where today's sponsor, Surfshark VPN, comes in handy. Surfshark encrypts our internet connection so hackers and scammers have no chance of getting to our personal info. No more worrying about fake emails or shady links. Our data stays ours. And if you think it couldn't happen to you, look at Linus Tech Tips, who almost lost his entire YouTube channel to hackers. But it's not just the protection that interested me in Surfshark. The ad blocker is amazing. You know those annoying ads that pop up when watching your favorite shows?
Here in my garage.
Gone. With Surfshark, we can block all the ads, making for a better viewing experience on our phones, tablets, computers, and even smart TVs. There's no limit to how many devices you can protect, so go wild. They've got loads of other features too, like Surfshark Antivirus to help keep your PC clean. They offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, meaning there's no risk to trying it out. Check out the link in the description below to get 4 extra months free with Surfshark, along with the 30-day money-back guarantee. A huge thanks to Surfshark for supporting this channel, and let's get back to helping Grandma learn some Bannerlord. Our first step is to set up our character. Press C to go to the character screen, pick Charm level 25, in this case I recommend Viral, put 3 attribute points into Intelligence, put 4 focus points into Stewart, and 3 focus points into Medicine. Next we're going to go to Danustica and make a little bit of money. Click on the Trade tab, sell your bow and arrows, and all your clothing and civilian gear. Next, we're going to buy some animals if they're currently there. Filter by Miscellaneous tab and scroll to the bottom. Purchase as many sheep and pigs as you can. Next, we're going to click Done at the bottom and then go back into the trade screen one more time. Click on your sheep and pigs and click the slaughter button. Then sell all the meat and hides that they produced. If there were none, we're going to travel to the next town, which is Vostrom. We're going to repeat the same process, buy all the pigs, slaughter them, sell everything. And finally, we're going to end up at Poros and repeat the process one more time. By the end, we should have between 2,000 and 4,000 dinars, and we can start hiring our party. Go to any town and village nearby and recruit as many recruits as you can. These are the troops that cost only 20 gold. For every 1,000 dinars that we have, we can hire up to 2 recruits. So if we have 2,000 dinars in our bank, we can hire 4. If we have 3,000, we can hire 6, and if we have 4,000, we can hire up to 8. Next, we're going to want to go to a town or a village that's producing horses, and we're going to want to buy as many Midlands palfrey as we have troops. Make sure you're not spending more than 300 dinars per Midland palfrey, and make sure your total dinar balance does not go below 500 or 600 dinars. We need to have some extra money to buy food and pay for troop wages. Next, we're going to complete some quests and fight bandits along the way. Anytime we fight bandits, we want to sell prisoners and sell off their battle loot. We're going to be looking for 3 quests in specific. We're looking for Deliver the Herds, which can be found at pigs, sheep, cows, and horse villages, and will net us anywhere from 750 to 1,800 dinars in reward. We're also going to be looking for Need Help with Brigands, which can be found at any village on the map. This creates a small radius around that village, and any bandit inside that radius will have an exclamation point near their name, and that means we need to take them out. Usually in the beginning, you only need to take out 2 groups of bandits, and you'll complete the quest, generally netting between 500 and 700 dinars in total, plus the battle loot from defeating the bandits. We're also going to be looking for Train the Troops quest, which can generally be found at most villages. This will add 4 to 6 troops to our party, and we'll have to level them up by fighting bandits. All the troops need to reach tier 2, and if we end up losing a couple troops, it's not that big of a deal. Make sure you don't upgrade any of them until the whole stack that you have is ready to upgrade. You will earn 2,400 dinars for completing this quest. And finally, we'll look for Army of Poachers, which can be found at most towns. They'll send you to a nearby village, you wait inside until midnight, and then you'll get a pop-up where you can either negotiate with them or you can fight them in battle. We're trying to earn Charm XP, so I do recommend negotiating, and if you're successful, you will earn 800 dinars. With a little bit of money in the bank from completing quests, we need to start leveling our Stewart skill. Go to the nearest town, click on the trade screen, and purchase some of each of the 9 food types that you have. I recommend starting with 3 to 5 of each type of food, and then as your party expands, make sure you keep topping these food groups up. The 9 different food types are grain, fish, meat, cheese, butter, grapes, olives, beer, and date fruit. And for the final part of this section, we're going to be doing a combo quest as soon as you reach 20 to 25 troops. We're going to go from town to town looking for escort merchant caravan quests. As soon as you take the quest, a caravan will pop out with an exclamation point and they'll travel to another town to start trading. We need to follow them closely and help any bandits that attack them along the way. You'll generally only be attacked once between each town, and the first time you take the quest, you'll only have to go to 2 separate towns, so 2 fights in total. Make sure after each battle, you take all the loot you can and take all the prisoners that you can. These are higher tier prisoners than the looters we were taking before, so these are going to be worth a lot of money. Do not sell them. Once we've completed enough merchant caravan quests to have at least 10 prisoners or more, we're going to want to look for landowner needs labor quests. These can be found at iron and silver mines and also salt and clay pits. Talk to the quest giver, accept the quest, talk to him a second time, and give him all the prisoners that you have and reap the rewards. Once we've fought enough bandit groups, we should have earned 50 renown and reached clan tier 1 in a fairly short period of time. We're going to move on to phase 3 now. The first thing we'll do in phase 3 is recruiting up to our max party size. We're going to buy enough mounts for each troop and stock up on all 9 food types. Next, we're going to join any of the 3 Empire kingdoms as a mercenary. Be aware, for any kingdom to take you in as a mercenary, they have to currently be at war with another kingdom. Being at war with minor factions doesn't count, so it has to be an actual kingdom. To actually join as a mercenary, talk to any noble within that kingdom and ask them to join. As long as the kingdom we're serving is at war, we're going to want to focus on raiding enemy villages. Be sure to stay away from allies' armies because that will attract the enemy armies and we don't want to get chased around by enemy noble parties. So go to the other end of the enemy kingdom, go to a village, force them to give you goods or troops. If you still need troops in your party, you can ask for troops. If you're already maxed out on troops, you can ask for goods and take that to sell later. As soon as your kingdom declares peace, go back to doing caravan and laborers quests. You could also look to clear bandit hideouts and do quests for that. If you go to villages, they'll have the bandit hideout quest, and if you go to towns, they'll have associate captured by bounty hunter quest. Any prisoner taken from here can also be taken to the laborer quest, just like we did with the caravan guards. Once we've saved up 40 to 50,000 dinars, turn some of that money into a workshop to provide passive income. Go to a town that has high prosperity in the kingdom that you're serving. 4,000 or higher is preferred. Talk to a notable that owns a workshop in the town and purchase from them at a cost of 25 to 30,000 dinars. Another thing you should be on the lookout for is minor clan parties that you can defeat in battle. The Hidden Hand is a great example because they have very weak troops, but will provide a lot of renown and influence when you beat them. We're going to continue to do everything discussed in this section up until the point where we reach 150 renown or clan tier 2, and then we'll be moving on to phase 4. First, we need to hire some companions. Specifically, we're looking for ones with intelligent skills such as steward, medicine, and engineering. Be sure to hire 2 to 3 if you can find them. We also need a scout for our main party, and don't forget to assign them as the scout role once they're hired. Next, we'll transfer from being a mercenary to being a vassal. Make sure you have 60 to 70,000 dinars saved up first, then find your king or queen and ask them to join as a vassal. Once that's done, create a new clan party and assign one of your hired companions to run it. Give them max troop count, call them into an army, and then recruit back up your main party to the max troop count. Then we'll take our army to the front lines and look to help defend our allies' fiefs. Wait until an enemy army has sieged one of their fiefs, watch them closely, and within a few days they should begin this siege assault. You'll know this is happening when their numbers start to rapidly go down. Then you'll click on the fief to break in and then auto-resolve the battle. You generally want to have at least half of their numbers, including the militia and the garrison troops inside. So make sure you're not taking on anything too crazy. The next step is optional, and that's getting married. It's not required, but it is nice to have an extra companion to use. There's 2 ways to do this. You could find any single lady and talk to them twice and pass the chat checks. Then you'll have to pay a small dowry to get married. The other option, and my preferred method, is to talk to any clan leader and ask if they have any single ladies available. The dowry will be much more, but you at least won't have to deal with chat checks. And the final step, we're going to obtain our first fief. Typically, the AI will want to give you the first fief that is taken by the kingdom as soon as you join. You can boost your odds of getting any specific fief by helping take that fief in battle. Wait for the AI to start an army and then follow them into a siege. Do not join them, simply follow behind them. Wait until the fief has only 100 troops or less, and then help them assault. If you assault from the beginning, you're going to lose a huge amount of troops. Be sure to spend some of your influence if your number is lower than anybody else's. If you get a castle, be sure to turn on Train Militia. Make sure you clear the building queue first and then select Train Militia at the bottom of the daily defaults. If you get a town, make sure you turn on Festival and Games. This is particularly important if the culture of your fief does not match your personal culture. Again, you'll want to clear the building queue and then make sure Festival and Games is selected in the daily defaults. And the final step is to make sure you defend your fief. Just like we were doing before with ally fiefs, we're going to want to stay in the area, wait for an enemy to siege it, break in, and then auto-resolve the battle. I've cataloged all the final build information in the Notion page. Check the description for the link. You'll find out where to put your focus points and attribute points and in what order, and all the perks in Steward, Medicine, Leadership, Charm, Tactics, and Engineering skills. If you'd like to see the full-length guide, click the video on the screen now. A huge shout out to all the YouTube members and Patreon supporters who help keep this channel afloat. They get early access to all these videos and many more perks. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.